So this particular session which we are planning, okay, is to discuss a product idea. So when we say product idea, the concept is that we have to we can uh, try to use our time to develop something which mimics the real-time environment, and which, if we work seriously, uh, that should make a product which can be a real-time product also. So that is a whole intention, our whole idea behind that. That is where we are coming from, and that is a whole concept where we are just trying to build that. And with the way we have multiple technologies, multiple things in the market right now, we have decided some technologies about how we are going to have our module and how we are going to design that. So that is a whole concept which we are going to build, and that is the same thing we want to talk today about this particular session. Okay, so we just want to discuss that, what product we are just trying to plan, okay, how the product will be and how it is going to work. Okay, so those are the concepts which we are just trying to discuss, and then we want to lay down the option like how it is going to be. Okay, so that particular concept we are going to start. So this is the whole idea which we have behind the scene about coming up with this particular process of how we are going to design and what product. When we say product, it is close to the real-time environment which we will be having. Like when we are working in the company, so how we are going to have that, and what is the timeline which we are looking for that, and how the structure of the process of how the structure of this whole entire program is going to be, that we would like to discuss. And we can take the feedback, okay, and whatever the feedback, any feedback, we just take it as a positive feedback, and we will try to implement those to the best of our ability, okay, to so that we can just get those concepts, and then we can have a better process in place. That's the whole point we are trying to get in here. So coming to this point, right? So we always try to get to the question when we are going to start this. It is like a community exercise kind of stuff which we are planning here. So community exercise, when we try to see that, it is going to be like there are no costs which we are planning for this particular project or this particular process. And this is the first of the project which we are planning to start with. And we will be having series of things which will be coming up. And so this will be useful and beneficial for the people, whoever is in the job, already in the market, or like already doing the job or in the market. Okay, so that will be useful, and that will be mutual beneficial for the people. So that's the whole intention or whole plan behind this particular project which we started, or which we are going to have. And this particular project, which we are calling right now, okay, we did not name that yet, but we are going to have some name soon. We are going to come up with that particular name. And there is no charge for this project. Okay. So currently, we just try to check something like we are trying to have the project named like something like it is a initial thought process which we will be having, okay, something like a talent check kind of stuff which we are going to have. This project, to just give the detail about this particular project, it is like a uh, question and answer session, kind of like, instead of to check your knowledge from time to time. Instead of going to different places or multiple places, we are going to have we're going to have all the questions in one place, and from time to time we are going to review that, we are going to enhance that database it, and then you can always check that. Okay, so that is the whole point we are going to have. And once the application is built, we are going to have it as a one site, and whoever is going to participate in this from our company, right? So we will be giving that certification part as if they are already, like, as they are actually part of the project, that we will be issuing that for sure, because ours is a registered company in US, okay, based out of Pennsylvania. So we are a registered company, and we do have the trainings, and we are slowly getting into the consulting market soon. But right now, it is for whoever is going to be part of this particular process or particular team, they will be issued the certificate for this process. And coming back to this point of what is this module which we are going to have, okay, the talent check is a project which we are talking about. In this particular module, we will be having some functionalities which will be which we will be discussing. Like, it is whoever wants to get that registered, or whoever wants to go with a, like, learn, whoever wants to check their knowledge from time to time, it is, we are going to have a register. They need to register to our site, and then we are going to have something features like whenever there is a new application, whenever there is a new concept that we want to add to the site. Okay, we are going to have some admin privileges for that particular site, where you have these features like upload, okay, questions or something like that. Okay, also some other user related activities which you're going to have through the admin. And then the next major part which you're going to have, once you choose what are the modules or what are the topics which you are confident of or which you want to use it. So for those process, now during the registration process, people have to register, people have to choose that, and based on that, we are going to have, like, they will be getting the questions, whether a novice questions they have, or it is like expert level, like that particular concept, they will just get the questions, and based on that they can test the knowledge. And once the knowledge is tested, right, so they cannot go back and delete anything. Okay, it's always going to be there. So this will be useful for them to check their knowledge. Our team of that subject experts are already working on getting the multiple questions database. Okay, that particular concept they are going to have. And at time to time, they can check their statistics of how they performed. First time, how many questions correct, how many wrong. Second time, how many correct, how many wrong. Like that, they will be getting those. So this is the whole point which we are going to have in case of this application here. Okay, like, we designed the application, like example, if you just want to see whenever they are going to register the functionality, so they will be having something like some conceptual design. It is here, it is not the full-fledged design. That is a part of the process where they are going to design this. Okay, like, they need to give all these details, what is the skills they have, because we in our team, as we are going through we are getting the database built, we will be adding more and more skills to the list. And this particular concept, like whatever the available skills you have, they need to select what skills they have, okay, and how many years of experience stuff which we will be having. And it is a, like, once they click on the submit, that will be stored into the database. So these are the table details and all this which you have, okay, like, and then it is, we have the features. The main feature which we'll be working on is this particular topic, like, for their testing purposes, once they start to test their knowledge, you will be getting this test, okay, this knowledge which we have. And then, like, here is a question, they need to submit the answers here, a little bit change is required. That's what the whole point of the project design is. And once they have completed all the options, right? So they will be getting this finally review answers like this is the test. And in this test, this is the question, this is the answer which they selected, this is the correct answer, like this. So these are the options which you have. Along with this, you will be getting some additional details about that. Likewise, the statistics, like how many, what is the top name, what is the topic they have, on which date they took the test, how many questions are attempted, how many correct answers, like this particular process we are going to build. And in this process, it may look like it is easy here, but there are so many things that has to be looked into or that has to be taken up for this process. Now, coming to the technologies which you will be having, okay, technologies which you are going to use for this particular process. For this part, we have identified, okay, these are the things that they should have as a prerequisite kind of stuff. Okay, these are the prerequisites which they need to know, okay. And then during our sessions, okay, we'll just discuss just in a little while about how the session is structured or how the sessions are structured, that we will be just going through. And for our purposes, for this particular training, for particular from the development concept part, we have these concepts for the Python that we will be using for this part, as well as .NET, like ASP.NET we are going to have, as well as Angular we are going to use for this purpose, and MySQL. Likewise, it is in Python, we will be using something like Django, and also React.js we will be using for this particular purposes. So this is some concepts which we have in the list for this particular training purpose, which we just included here. Okay, like whatever the subsequent ones or whatever the boundary ones that we need to have the product in a good working condition or like a full-fledged application, for that we will be introducing those concepts, but primarily these concepts are, these is the concepts which we have. Okay, so coming to this, when we say prerequisites for this particular process to have, okay, so we will be having a prerequisites, and these are the prerequisites we have. And for these prerequisites to learn, okay, so we did not worry much about how we can learn for these prerequisites here. We have we have already the content here for this particular prerequisites. Okay, we have all this. What all we are just asking you to go through this and spend some time. And in our channel, we already have one channel. In the channel itself, we have all these playlists for this related activity here. So these playlists, once you can try to go through that, and you will be getting good understanding of this particular process, this particular product information, you will be getting that. And I would say, don't worry, even if you're not getting in the ready first part or first time, okay, just try to go through that, and you will be getting this much information you'll be getting here. Like example, like if you have it, I captured some of the details here, which will be putting it groups. So these are different playlists which we already have. Okay, so these playlists which we have. So for example, if you just look at Python, you have this multiple you have this 38 videos are available. So once if you can go through those, so you will be getting a good understanding of Python here. Okay, so like this, similarly, one of the project which we worked on earlier, something like we already have, okay, something like this bootcamp. In this bootcamp session, you have one product called as Strap. That particular application is also a good application which we built it. Okay, we are in the final. No, we are trying to make it as a finalize. We are going to finalize that soon with the design. So that particular concept you can have. Likewise, all these are the playlists which you can just go through and then try to do this, try to learn and also try to practice. Now coming to the sessions part, okay, like when we are going to have, okay, like it is. So the first concept, how actually it is structured here. If you look at that, so we will be having, whoever is interested, we will be having a group for all the technical discussions. Okay, we will be just having a separate group just for these purely for the technical discussions for this part. Okay, for technical discussions we can have. Okay, whoever can sign up or whoever are committed for that. Okay, so that group we will be having, and also the content whatever you will be working on, okay, or we will be working on, let me just correct the sentence, whoever whatever we will be working on, that we will be going to use the Google Drive for sharing the content, okay, among ourselves. Sharing the content, we are going to use the Google Drive for this particular purpose. And what are the expectations we have? Okay, so one more. And the sessions we can have, okay, weekday sessions we will be having. Weekday sessions at 9:30 p.m. EST. Okay, and it is for 1 hour. For 1 hour sessions we can have, okay, this is the total duration of this one is only 3 weeks, which we're planning right now. It is not hard stop. Okay, we can go with a little bit here and there. It is a total duration which we are planning is for the 3 weeks. We are going to have this particular sessions, and so these the weekday sessions when we are going to have, we will try. We want this to be purely a technical discussion session here. Okay, purely a technical discussion session we are going to have. We will be having. Okay, if we will be we will be having one session every day morning. Okay, morning it is like what's called a stand-up meeting. Okay, if any questions are there, we'll just open the link, and if at all anyone is having any question where they got where they stuck here, so during the stand-up meeting they can try to raise the question and we will try to address that, okay, with our team. And if at all required, okay, we will just get back. It is not going to be required, but even that will be useful for this weekday. As every day evening 9:30 session we will be having this. So this is how we planned for this particular everyday morning EST time. All these times are even EST times. And then the expectations part. Okay, so what are the expectations we have? We want from the team, whoever is going to work on this one or whoever is going to sign up for this one. Okay, as I mentioned, don't worry if we know the topic or not, we can always learn together. Okay, so we can just take up the session and we can try to learn together. And the sessions which we discussed, like it is going to be, we will be having like 2 members per team, like kind of, okay, per module we will be assigning it to 2 people. Okay, 2 members per module. All the modules which we have it, so they will be worked on by 2 members in the team. And the expectations for that particular process or this particular project is we need the commitment, okay, to work. And it is the commitment when we say if we plan properly, it is 1 to 1.5 hour. Okay, we should be able to work on that. Okay, like you can just spend 1 hour or 2 hours or whatever the time, whatever your schedule is. Try to go through these topics and then try to practice. And then for the work to develop that itself, it will be just, I believe it is 1 hour should be fine for that. Okay, that is a commitment which we want it. Okay, and also we want you to go through our channel. Okay, so just go through the channel, also subscribe to your friends. Okay, so that is what we just want you to think. Subscribe to the channel and then encourage us as well as we encourage you. It is like a mutual win-win situation. We want to get to that. Okay, so these are the things which we are expecting for that. and we will be going a little bit strict here. It is not like, okay, one day you want to come, the next day you don't want. That is fine. We will be having this content shared through the drive. Okay, it is not like a public domain. At times we will be using in the YouTube channel, but from the public domain part, okay, we will be sharing between the teams, especially the product related concept. Okay, we will be discussing, and if the timelines will be there for each and every topic, and if the people are lagging, like let us say 3 days, okay, so for 3 days it is not there, so we will be assigning that particular task to someone else also. Okay, just to see that we have to wrap up everything, this particular product, and in a good shape by within 3 weeks. Technically 3 weeks it has to be live. Okay, 2 weeks we can, 2.5 weeks we can work, or a little bit here and there. Okay, we want to work and then get that done. This is the whole entire process, whole entire topic which we want to discuss. And if you are convinced, or if you are interested to perform this, right? So like just to go through this channel, we go through this list and all those, you can always email us, okay, to our mail, right? Or you can just ping me, okay, so, or on a phone number, and we will be adding you to a particular group where we will be having all the technical discussions. That's what I mentioned. It is purely the technical discussion. And we do have some other groups wherein some stock related and all those will be there. So whenever unrelated is there, we are immediately removing the people from there. Okay, so there is no exception for anyone in that particular part. This all I would like to introduce, and this whole entire process when we are going the whole entire discussion, or like the technically we are being supported, okay, by our chief architect for all these programs, okay, Sri. You can just see the name as Sridhar. Okay, he is the person who is actually driving all the technical components for this one. Okay, the main technical head, okay, or the brain behind this. Okay, he's the person who is the actual brain behind this, including the most of the training videos also, okay, which you can see in our YouTube channel. Yeah, floor is open. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate. It is like a community event which we want to get that, okay? The number may be less right now, but we will get there. Any questions? You can.
I have a question. So
Sure.
is this, so it looks like there is a mini project and we will be coding in these programming languages that you mentioned just now. And a person who is not having any full stack development experience, um, can also start working on this project.
Yes. So,
Okay.
but what we are saying is that is the whole point which we are going to have in these weekday sessions, right? So this is a whole point which we want to have it, okay? So it is not like, okay, it is just, we are not going to say that, okay, we are giving this, just go with that, okay? And then come and directly code it. It is not that way, okay? But what we are saying is to save everyone's time and all this, right? It is not just the training part. It is mainly the development part, which we are trying to see. What we are suggesting is to these, we have multiple videos are already available. Just go through that and get acquainted with this particular content. Okay, or just try to go get some content in this one. And then this particular topic, when we are going to discuss, that is primarily related to that particular module, right? Like application part. So that way it will be useful. Okay, so content training will be there, but it is not like a example. If you just say, right, Python, okay, example, even if you just say okay, not the data types, okay, and also like how you are going to use a for loop, how you are going to use a while loop, or Those kind of things, like a HTML page, okay, CSS, how we are using CSS. We will be talking something like, okay, we are going to build this in HTML, and this is the CSS we are going to use, kind of. Because if you just go through this content, it will be useful, okay? That particular part, it will be, you'll be already in a good shape by the time. Like, if example, CSS related and all this, we will be having in the user interface. We have much of the content is already available here.
Okay.
Okay, you're getting a content like for your question, I think more clearly you got the response from our chief architect of the program.
Okay. So do you do anything on the business intelligence side of things, like data management, Power BI, Tableau, those? Do you cover it all?
Not at this point in time. Okay, right now our main focus is into these areas at this time. Okay,
Okay.
like as you see our .NET or Python, these things, right? Our main concept is into these things at this time. Yeah, we are called because our trainers, couple of trainers, they are interested, but I think the timing is not suitable at this time for them. That's what we are negotiating with them for their timing.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. So if anyone is interested, if you want to further pursue these options here, so please message on this number, okay, and we will be adding into the group, okay, so that we're able to come up with that. And by the way, that sessions, right? So we said weekday, okay, I was just thinking about the timing part. When exactly we are going to start this one? We thought of starting from next Monday. But next Monday, maybe like 27th, right? It is holiday in US. It is a Memorial Day holiday.